Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I'm your host, Jem, and let's cue the intro.
Know how I'm here, and it's you that I want to need. Feel your heartbeat, feel it somewhere you're looking good. Feel your heartbeat, feel it somewhere you're looking good.
Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. That player rating show. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0. Thomas Tuchel, whatever you want to call him, his first game in charge as Chelsea manager. We're going to go through the player ratings. We're going to get your thoughts on the game. We're also going to allow you guys to call in and have your say as well. I'm also joined by my colleague, Lambs, who's in the house. How you doing, Lambs? You cool?
Hey. Yeah, not too bad. That wasn't so bad, was it?
Nah, not too bad. I'm a bit still, but I think it's just because I just want to win so badly. Do you know what I mean? It's just how I feel. But here we go.
But I feel
anyway,
more positive that I know it's coming. The win, I can see the win
I
is
hope
coming.
so. Big up to you, Almighty Blue. Hassan, big up to you. Grey Wolf Dinner. We are going to go through all of these ratings very soon. Alex CFC. Yeah, he's way ahead of us. Big up to you. Beth's in the house as well. Man did come prepared, Beth. You are correct. Lambs and Jemima. Yep, you can call me Jemima. I'll let you off this time.
Hey, Beth.
Sup, Jem. All good, Hassan, bro. All good. So let's delve into the game quickly. Let's talk about the players, the lineup, what we thought about the game. Starting with you, Lambs. What was your overall thought about the performance?
I thought it was a much more positive performance than I've seen from Chelsea in, I was going to say recent weeks, but more like recent months. What I was crying for was to create a bit more creativity through the middle, and I thought we did that. Change of formation, try something different, switch it up. I thought we did that too as well. The lineup is a little bit questionable, I have to say. Bar, Rudiger, Jorginho, possibly a shout for Kovacic.
Yeah,
I would have gone for the rest of that lineup. That's probably the lineup I would have gone for as well. I was happy to see that he did rest Mason Mount as well, because my thing with him was that I felt like he was being overplayed and he did need a rest, because he's basically played like nearly every single minute of the season so far. And even though there were times I could see on his face when he was on the bench, like he was itching to come on. He really wanted to come on. Thought when he came on, he did well as well. He played very, very well. It was really positive. That beautiful little turn that he did to get into the box as well. I thought that was lovely. I thought Havertz played very, very well today. I was really impressed with his performance. And it just goes to show, when you play players in their actual position, the potential they can reach. I thought Cho was excellent. Proved why he warrants a start. Ziyech was a bit hit and miss for me today. I thought there was some bright sparks, but also thought there was some moments where instead of moving the ball forward, he went backwards or sideways. And I thought, no, like, come on, like, what are you doing? But apart from that, I was impressed by our performance. I did think this game probably needed Werner more than it did Giroud. I thought he didn't really take his chances. It wasn't as clinical as we know he normally can be in terms of taking his chances. I thought he was a bit slow as well, which I think doesn't help with the Wolves' press and their counter-attack as well. But apart from that, I was pretty impressed with our performance. Mendy, oh my God, almost cost us the game, but we'll get on to that. But apart from that, because you could argue that Wolves pretty much had the best chance of the game. They're probably their only chance of the game, but it was the best chance of the game, and that was because of a mistake from Mendy. But apart from that, complete dominant performance. Just need to see some goals, but I think that will come once Tuchel's had a bit more time to train with them and figure out what his best starting 11 is before the Burnley game.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good analysis of it, to be fair. From my perspective, I thought, you can't criticise the guy too much. He's just come in. He's only been here, 24 hours. Obviously, he came here yesterday. He trained late afternoon with them. You know, I saw positives in terms of what he's expecting him to do in terms of his formation, how to press, how to win the ball back very quickly. I was very impressed on how he won the ball back very quickly, more than anything. Actually, when we lost the ball, we retained it very quick. Something that we probably
Collectively, yeah.
collectively we lacked with Lampard. There was spaces everywhere, gaps everywhere, no hunger. You couldn't question their hunger today. I mean, they looked up for it. They looked, you know, that they wanted to win. We come up against a Wolves team that were very defensively organised, very strong. They knew their roles. Very good system. I do question him in terms of the substitutions. I thought he could have done it a bit earlier in the game.
Yeah.
I would have took Jorginho off and put a striker on, and that's not just because people have heard me on the terrace moaning about him. But we'll talk about Jorginho when we get to it later. But I just think sometimes I just thought maybe he could have switched it up a bit, and I thought Timo Werner should have been on the pitch, and I thought Mason Mount should have come on a lot earlier, because as soon as Mason Mount come on the pitch, we looked a lot more attacking, like he was getting in the pockets. There was more energy, more direct. And we know people like David don't like him starting, but sometimes it shows why he does and why he should be in certain games.
When he came on, yeah. And this is what I wanted to see more of. I wanted to see the manager rotate Mason Mount like this. So, like you said, I would have brought him on a bit earlier than say the last 10 minutes. I would have brought him on maybe like 60 to 65 minutes. Inject a bit of energy and pace, because he did make an impact when he came on. I just thought, like he said, it was a bit too late. But then again, maybe the manager, like you said, he's only been there for a day. Maybe he was waiting to see if it would work, if it would click, if we would finally get the breakthrough before he made the subs. But you know, again, this is first game, so I'm not going to be too harsh with him on that one. But again, that is a bit of a drawback. He could have made the subs a little bit earlier. But in terms of, like, there was one player that did shine to me in terms of underwhelming performances, and that was Ben Chilwell today.
Yeah, we're going to get to him.
Yeah, very disappointed with this performance.
There was for me, he was poor. I thought Giroud was poor. I wouldn't say Jorginho was poor. I thought Jorginho was okay, but I wouldn't say he was great.
Was Jorginho. He was himself.
He was great. Basically. I would have started Zuma. I don't know what Rudiger's playing. People were telling me, but it's because Zuma's not good at, hasn't got distribution, and Rudiger has. That's why he plays. What we needed today was a goal from a corner, and the person that scored most of goals from corners is sitting on the bench. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying he could have won us the game, but maybe he could have got on the end of a header, and it would have been a different story. But big up to Lanzi. Good evening to you. Rams in the town. Hello, Rams. Hope you're well, bro. Anthony's here. It's 0-0 tonight, 8th in the league. Where do you think Chelsea will go from here, Jim? Still a long way to go, mate. From what we've seen today, there's a lot of positivities to take from it. I do think we need to create more. I keep saying it. I feel like we need to be a lot more potent in terms of our chances created. I feel sometimes we overpass. I think sometimes we just need to shoot. Sometimes you just need to get the ball when you're in a good position. Just shoot. Don't keep passing and passing. Maybe it's just the mixture of... someone's just said Sheffield just scored against Man United. Is that true? Blooming hell. 1-0. Almighty Blue saying.
Yeah, they have. Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
Yeah, well done. That's a bit of good news.
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Beth says, for me, J5 and College are fine. Didn't do anything good, but didn't do anything bad, which is a positive going off of their recent performance. And this is the thing. When I was on there and they were talking about Jorginho, I was trying to understand what it is that he does very good. Like, what is it? What gets him to start in games? What is it that's good about him? And they're saying, well, he retains the ball, he plays it sideways, he likes moving the ball quickly through the middle. No, he doesn't. He does not play quick balls through the middle. He gets the ball, he takes 4 touches on it, and he goes sideways and backwards. Yeah. He sometimes really does a little loop ball over the top to try and get people through on occasion. He can't defend, and in these kind of games, it suits him only because there's no pressure on him. He hasn't got people chasing him and trying to get the ball for him. Of course, he's going to have more ball possession than any other player on the pitch because he's always receiving the ball and looking to do short 2-meter passes all the time. Like, we'll get to it anyway. I'm not going to go into it now, talking about him. United are 1-0 down, we know. It's true, United are 1-0. True United. Oh, what one? Okay, 1-0 up. That's cool. Sheffield United, he's saying. And we're going to move on to the player ratings.
I think there's a mistake from Tuan Zabi.
This is the one person they said's like really, really good. Apparently, isn't he? He's meant to be top quality. So, yeah. Mendy, did he have to do much today? Get your rates in.
Yeah, he didn't have much to do today, but when he did, he almost cost us, didn't he? Miscommunication with the defense, and for that, I'm gonna bring my rating down to a 5. I would have given him a 6 otherwise, but because that against better oppositions, we get punished for that. He gets a 5 for me, and because we got off very easily for that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he seems to keep having mistakes in him, which is the worrying thing with him. Did he do much? No. Did he have to do much? No. I don't think he did anything, did he? The whole game, to be honest. So I'll just give him a 5. Like there's no real. I mean, other than nearly losing us the game, which would have been a -1 if that would have happened. Like, you know, it wasn't really much to talk about, to be fair. So for Mendy, I'd say 1. Winter Services 5. Everyone that's in the chat right now, tell us your ratings on the players now that I highlighted up. So we'll start with Mendy. Can we just say Havertz? Look, he did. We're going to get to Havertz as well. Havertz was very, very, very good. Going to move on to who I thought was probably the worst player on the pitch, to be honest. What are you saying, Lambs?
It's a 3 from me, to be honest. Actually, okay. Maybe not 3 because we didn't lose the game. I'll give him a 4. I think I'm not gonna give him a 5 because I think it was a below average performance. There were so many times he was losing the ball, incomplete passes, wasn't recovering back in time when he was pushing up on the wings as well. Again, I just thought, the tackle as well, which got him the yellow card as well. I thought that was unnecessary. Didn't need to do that. He was just having a shocking game today, really, wasn't it? Just not the Chilwell that we know from Leicester, and that's not the Chilwell that turned up today. We have been questioning his performances as of late, saying that he is a little bit suspect, and that maybe it would be a good idea to probably bench him and start Emerson for the next couple of games. And I think it's clear to see that that's what needs to be done. I would start Emerson against Burnley because I was not impressed by that performance from Chilwell.
Yeah, I agree. For me, I would have given Chilwell a blooming 1. I'm being brutally honest. Like losing the ball, stamped on Traore's shin, could have got sent off. Didn't really offer anything going forward. Had that really good opportunity, and he couldn't even get it on target. He blooming skies it like inside the box, which was probably one of our best chances.
Yeah, there was a cutback from Kai Havertz. Yeah,
he couldn't even put 2 passes together. He really couldn't even put 2 passes together. For me, he was a 1. Like, honestly, he was a definite 1. There's not much more to say to that. Daniel's with us now as well. Danny boy, how you doing?
You say, man. How you lot doing?
Hey, Dan.
Yeah, not bad, bro. We're going to review the game after, so I'll get your views on it. We're just doing the player ratings at the moment, and we're on Chilwell at the moment. What you saying about Chilwell?
Chilwell. He's probably one of the worst on the pitch.
I gave him a 1. I gave him a 1.
I gave him a 4, and I think that was being kind.
Yeah. My ratings are never as harsh as Gem's in it, but yeah. Like on my type of scale, he was like a 3. He was poor. It's bad. The one chance I think he should have got on target. And the sad thing is, if Alonso gets that chance, he scores that, man. And that's what we need from him. So, yeah, it's a 3, man. It's poor.
I just thought he was lucky to be on the pitch when he stamped on Traore's leg. He's given the ball away. He got himself into positions which, like, he was just poor. I can't even talk about it. I can't even explain it, but he was that bad. Even when he got in the box and he had that chance, like we said, Alonso would be putting that away. He skies it. It's like he needs to pick up his form. I mean, we can't be too critical of him. Yeah, I want to see how he performs later on, but I'm solid on a 1. But this guy here had another very good game in my eyes. I'll start with you, Lambs. What are we saying?
Leadership, calm, cool, collected. Even though it looked like we were playing a bit of a high line at the back sometimes, like our centre backs were pushing further up, almost up to the halfway line. It could have all gone to crap when Wolves would hit us on the counter, but this guy's presence in the back, even with Rudiger there, even with Mendy there, this guy was cool, calm and collected, and he's the one mopping up. His distribution of the ball was great. Didn't put a foot wrong. Very strong captain leadership-like performance from him as well. Exactly what I'd expect from him. Experience, didn't put a foot wrong. I would give him a 7.5 today.
I hear you, Dan.
Yeah, man. Can't even top that. Quality, top 3 in terms of people who have played. Top 3, top 5 centre back in the league easily. Quality, man. Like, he's just good. Using the class, man. There's not enough that can be said about him. I think he's probably, when you look at that team, probably our most consistent performer week in, week out, which is scary because he's the oldest out of all of them, and really he's only going to be here for maybe one more year. So yeah, man, I'd give him 8.
Big numbers for Thiago Silva. He always seems to have a good game for us. I mean, Slens Talks is saying 7.5. You've got Beth saying 7, solid 7. We've got a couple of 8s. I'm going to say solid 8 as well. It's just like we looked good when we weren't in control of the ball, and we had to when we had to retain it back and get it back quickly. We looked sharp, and it was because the defense was pushed up quite high. If you watch with Tuchel's formations, he always has his defense quite high. So if we're on the ball and we're within their box, he always keeps the press high. So it's good. It's good so far. I mean, I'll give him an 8. I thought he had a good game. We're going to move on to where is he? The guy that shouldn't have started in my eyes. People might disagree with me. Lambs, what are you saying?
Yeah, I agree with you on the fact that he should not started for me today. I don't care if his distribution is better than Zuma's. I don't think it's that much better. I still think he's very, very shaky at times. When the ball comes close to our box and he's there, I panic. I do panic. I think a few times that Wolves kind of caught us out, where Pedence got away, Neto got away. I thought Rudiger was responsible for a couple of those as well. I'm just not convinced by him. Because we didn't concede, I'll give him a 6, but really, really average performance, and I don't want to see him start. For me, Zuma comes straight back into that centre back position.
I hear you, Danny Boy.
He's not good. He shouldn't be playing. Like, I know he didn't have much to do, but he's just so annoying. Like, he's actually like he you know, players. Yeah, there's very few players, especially when they play for your team, that just grind your existence. Like, he's so annoying. Like, there was a foul he committed, yeah, on the edge of the box in the first half, and I was thinking, you didn't even need to do, like, why do that? Like, you're always asking why with Rudiger. Like, obviously, he wasn't like as bad as Chilwell, because Chilwell obviously had the attacking side of it that was poor as well, and he didn't really have much to do. But at the same time, like, just not good enough, man. Like, yeah, 5. I'll just say 5 in it because he was standard, but like, I just don't like when he plays. He shouldn't play.
I agree. I don't get why. I had this argument on the terrace just now, and I just said, why was Rudiger playing? I said, and they were saying, oh, it's because his distribution's better than Zuma's. Okay, cool. Is that so? What you telling me? Zuma can't do a pass from him to blimmin' Chilwell? Like, let's be serious. He's not that bad with his distribution. Yeah, he's got a bit of a clumsy edge to him. But Rudiger, in the first half, not only did he lose the ball, it then takes someone out right out on the edge of the box. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's got a mistake in him as well. I think Rudiger's a 3, 4. All right, I'm being out of order. 4 at a push. I just don't rate him. I'm like Dan. I don't. Again, he's another player I don't get or understand why he's on the pitch. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
How Tomori is not in this team and Rudiger is just beyond me, to be honest. I still don't understand it.
I don't even get why Zuma ain't playing. It's not like he's had a bad game. He's actually had I think he's one of his best seasons so far at Chelsea. Even though we haven't played great ourselves, he's actually been very good. I just don't
he
get.
does have a few shaky moments in him, but Rudiger has a lot more of those. And like you said, he's one of our best aerial presence in the box so far. He's our top scorer from set pieces, corners.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good. Aspie.
For me, he didn't really do anything wrong today. It wasn't spectacular. Oh, by the way, Everton won ahead against Leicester.
That's good for us.
Spectacular. Yeah, that is. Well, only if we win our next game, to be fair.
Yeah.
It wasn't spectacular. Didn't do anything wrong. But again, like, we need leaders. We need experience in that team. And yeah, I'd say solid 6. I'd probably even push for a 6.5.
Yeah, I agree. I would say it wasn't great. It wasn't poor. A lot of people were saying 6, 6.5, 6. There's a lot of 6s going on here.
Yeah, very solid. I agree with that. Very, very solid.
It was a bit unusual. I thought the team lineup was quite unusual today. If you look at who was starting, who wasn't, and stuff like that. But Dan, what's your thoughts on Aspie, mate?
Yeah, he was fine. I mean, did the basics. Kind of like the role he had under Conte, putting a good ball for Giroud. I mean, yeah, he didn't have much to do. Like, he did his job. I'd say 6 without being spectacular. He did his job.
Yeah, I agree. I think he was a 6 as well. He didn't do much wrong. He held his position well. He didn't have to do much really, other than defend. Actually, he did have to, because Neto's a good player. Let's be serious. I think Neto can walk into a lot of top 6 teams, but
100%.
yeah, nothing over impressive to really talk.
Us, isn't it?
Yeah,
exactly. So there's not really much to talk about, really. I'm going to move on to Kovacic. Lambs, what are you saying?
Poor today.
Was he?
I've been disappointed with Kovacic for the last couple of games, to be honest, that I've seen him play. I thought, okay, under a new manager, new formation, maybe he would look a little bit more positive today, but I don't really think he did anything wrong defensively, but in terms of pushing the ball forward, getting up more, I thought he could have done a bit better than that, like make more forward passes. I thought it was a bit... I know Jorginho, his typical sideways, backwards passing, but I thought Kovacic was passing the ball sideways and backwards more than Jorginho was today. And I think that's kind of what was slowing down... our attack and giving Wolves like just enough time to get back in their defensive shape, which was very, very solid. Fair play to them, and they were very, very well drilled in that. But I felt like he needed to be contributing more to help the attacking players break through their lines, and I don't think he was doing that. And he wasn't doing it in the way that we know that he can do it. So for me, I'd say 5. Because by his standards, I was expecting a lot more. But defensively, he didn't really do anything too wrong. So I'd give him a 5, but I'm disappointed.
Dan, what are you saying about Kovacic today, bro?
Yeah. You know when you say, what do you think about this player? And you're just like, meh. He was all right. Like, there wasn't much to the game today. Like, the one thing I do give Kovacic credit for is breaking lines and breaking through and attracting attention, and he didn't do that, and he hasn't done that this season, if we're honest. We've already been saying that his distribution is poor, so if you take away his ability to break lines, then is he really useful on the pitch? I asked the question on Twitter where people were getting onto Jorginho, but I honestly believe Jorginho was better for what I know their abilities to be. Like, I don't think Kovacic was that great, so I think 4.
I think I'm going to agree with Beth. I think he was a 5. Actually, I think he was a bit more than that. Actually, I'd say I'm going to say 6. I thought when he got the ball, he was direct. He done what I thought is his his strengths, which is get the ball and run through the middle. Yeah, it was a little bit sideways here and there, but the whole team was at certain points we was a bit sideways. But he done a job. Yeah, I'm going to say a 6 for Kovacic today. I don't think he was really poor. I don't think he was the worst player on the pitch. I don't think he was the greatest player on the pitch, but I just don't think he was. Yeah, I just think he was average. There's not much more really to say. I just think he's average, to be fair. So, Slen's talk says, keep in mind his shot on goal was probably our most dangerous chance. That's
I disagree.
True.
I think Chilwell's shot on goal was our most dangerous chance, and he should have done better.
Hey, I felt he moved the ball extremely quickly. This is what Gray Wolf's Dinner says. Yeah. Fair enough. Now we move on to someone that probably splits a lot of opinions in most eyes, but in my opinion, I know what I think of him when I find him. Can't even find him. Jorginho, Lambs, tell me.
Yeah, I mean, Jorginho's Jorginho. We know what he's like. Again, that was another one of the suspect players in the lineup. I was a bit, I'm not really too sure about that. Defensively, I don't think he did too many things wrong. There was a few occasions, not many, where he was moving a little bit forward and trying to string those passes to break the lines, but he wasn't doing it often and enough for me. So in the sense, he was only slightly better than Kovacic for me today. So I'd go for a 6, but still, Jorginho is just not the player for me. I think we've seen his potential. I think we've seen his best. I think we know what he does, and we know his style of play is just not really suited for Chelsea. It's not really suited for the players that he's got around him, and it's not going to bring the best out of our attacking players. So for me, slightly better than Kovacic in terms of a 6, but I don't really want to see him in this squad anymore. If Kante's not fit, play Gilmore or even play Mount.
I got told today that he's you must have seen it on the Football Terrace. I don't know if you've watched it, but I had Anita and David and Prime all telling me, and even Terry to a degree, all telling me that he does do a lot, and he had the most touches on the ball today. He made the most successful tackles, which was 5 out of 5, 100%. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm going to go to Dan before I go on to what I think. But Jorginho, man, tell us.
Yeah, you're going to hate me as well then. I just think, look, and it's a bit like what I said. I don't know if you had left when we were on Monsters channel, but I said, look, Jorginho, there's a reason why I believe we've either lost one or not lost a game this season when Jorginho has started in it. And he's not the answer going forward in the future, but for what we have, like, he's the better option. And the reason why I say this is, and it's hard, I know, because I'm not his biggest fan, but we have this is what I keep telling people, we have a squad problem. We have so many alike players, that just don't fit together, that just don't mesh together. And that's the problem. But in terms of today's game, I think Jorginho did the tackles, the stats suggest. I mean, he moved the ball to what I know he can do. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't judge a player on what I've never seen him do, Jem. Do you know? It's like saying, I don't know the analogy to use, but it's like.
Do you know why? Because I was on the terrace and I was asking him the same question.
Was he poor?
Can someone explain to me what he does? What is the point? Can someone explain to me what is so important about him being in the starting lineup? What's the importance?
Do you think he was poor? Do you think he was poor?
No, I don't think he was poor, but I don't think he was great, and that's the problem I have with Jorginho. He never stands out.
I think what I'm saying is we wouldn't miss him, basically.
We wouldn't miss him. Like we could get rid of him and buy a sitting DM, and we'd get more from him. Like, you know that yourself, Dan. Come on.
I totally get what you're saying.
This is what he does. There, look, there it is for you. That is all he does. And he goes backwards inside.
I saw Jorginho make more forward passes than Kovacic, and Kovacic went backwards a lot. You know, Kovacic would drive forward and then pass the ball back.
That's why I said today Jorginho was slightly better than Kovacic, but he still typically, because we know that's what Jorginho does.
Yeah,
That is what is in his locker.
Yeah,
It's generally
he's
sideways.
a bit like Shaka.
Today he tried to move it forward just a little bit more, whereas Kovacic was a bit more sideways than he normally is today, just for today. But I still agree with you, Jem, that for what Chelsea is, for what we're trying to build and move forward, for what we're trying to do with the midfield, he's not the one. I agree with you.
If we play 38 games, obviously we play 38 games that season, and Jorginho starts them games, does he? What I'm trying to get at is, does he deserve to start them games? Like, do we win the league with Jorginho in it? That's what I'm trying to understand.
No.
That's an unfair question.
All right, so wait a second. Would you rather have Billy Gilmour or Jorginho?
The reason why the question isn't. I don't see the question as simple as that. That's not a fair question because
they're not playing in the same position.
Because Billy Gilmour, I can guarantee you, and we spoke about this in depth. Billy Gilmour cannot play by himself. He's a great technical player, but he's very poor. Jorginho puts his body around.
And he has to be protected to play with Jorginho. He has to have someone next to him. He always has to be protected.
Jorginho can't play by himself either.
His position where he plays, he should be protecting the defence, not the other way round.
The evidence
He's the one that has
shows
to be protected.
No, but see, that's unfair again because there's two things. There's two sides to it. The evidence shows one, we played Jorginho in the deepest midfield position and we finished third. And then second, it's all unfair, isn't it? I'm saying what the evidence shows. And then the second bit of it is Jorginho is not a protector. That's my point. He's a deep lying playmaker. He's not a protector. That's not his job description.
My biggest issue, and they keep saying to me on serious, "Oh, you got an agenda. You don't like him, like David don't like Mount." It might sound like that, but it's not. It's completely different. I don't sit there and say, look, when he plays, people tell me that what he's good at is getting the ball, retaining the ball, and passing and keeping the flow move. Yeah, that's cool. Like today, that's cool. You know, he kept the ball, he kept it moving left, right, backwards. But when it gets to 65 minutes, like it did in games today, yeah, and you need to change something, and he, for me, is the first player in my head that should come off for a striker.
You see what I'm saying there? But what you did there...
You don't need him, man. I'm saying you don't need him.
Jem, what you're doing there, though, is you're criticising him for being the right player to sacrifice. And that's my problem. No,
that's my point.
Someone to take him off when it's 0-0, 65 minutes, yeah, makes sense, cool. But you can't give him, say he played poor, what does he do? Because he's the person who should have come off. That's my point. Because he didn't do anything wrong today. He actually played all right today. Defensively, he worked hard.
Always plays okay or shit. He's never like, wow, Jorginho, he was the man. He played the ball over the top. You know what I mean? He that play really good. And then people are saying he's not that type of player to me. They're saying, Jim, that's because you look at Jorginho like the kind of player that should be doing that. But sometimes you need, this is what I got told today, sometimes you need these type of players like Jorginho that don't really, are not pretty to the eye, that just do a job.
If Kante starts, the question I have to both of you then is, if Kante starts, do you honestly believe the best pivot, if that's what Tuchel carries on playing, you'd rather have Kante, Kovacic, Kante, Gilmour than Kante and Jorginho?
100%.
I disagree, but yeah, that's what it is.
I'd rather have Kante, Kovacic, or Kante, Gilmour than Jorginho.
I want Kante, Gilmour. For me, that's my starting pair.
You want Kante, Jorginho? Do you remember what happened when we had Kante, Jorginho in midfield?
Kante, Jorginho finished third. I keep saying this. As much as you might not have liked it, look, the evidence shows what the evidence shows, and people don't like Rudiger, and I'm part of them. But at the end of the day, what you need to understand is that same season, Rudiger was our starting defender with David Luiz, which sounds like the craziest partnership ever, but that partnership worked to a degree. My point is, I'm not trying to defend Jorginho, but what I'm trying to say is, when we've seen Kante and Kovacic play, it hasn't worked, and it's been actually poor. I honestly believe Kante, Gilmour won't work, even if
they played double pivot last season, and they looked quite good with their little sideways tap, and then Kovacic and Jorginho through game.
Yeah. But who's the outstanding person in that team, in that pairing? Jorginho was always the name there. When we went through our good run, Jorginho was in the team. No.
I struggle. I'm not saying he's crap, and I want to just clear that up. I'm not saying Jorginho is a crap player. I just do not think he suits Chelsea. That is my issue.
And that's fair enough. That's actually fair enough.
That's the reason I just don't like seeing him on the pitch, because when I see a philosophy or a style of football that we're trying to play, and you've got 11 players on the pitch, they all have to contribute to that for it to work. And I feel like with him, he slows us down. I don't think he speeds us up. Everything's so slow-mo. He gets the ball and he's like, what slow-mo? Yeah, I'll go sideways. Who's the closest person to me? Kovacic, pass. He don't ever look forward. Like, yeah, okay, cool. Let's try and get the ball, knock a ball over to Cho when he runs behind that defender there. No, he goes backwards. How many times did we go backwards today when we had the ball?
But that wasn't just.
That's not just Jorginho, but I'm saying
exactly.
that the ball stems to them first, because he goes from the defence to Jorginho to Kovacic, back to Jorginho.
Well, all I'm saying is
get
used to Jorginho, because Jorginho is a Tuchel type player, innit? And he's going to be played till the end of the season at least.
I hope not. I hope Kante comes in and probably. I'd even have Kovacic. I'd rather have Kovacic and Kante. I'm saying it now. I
do not want to see a Kante, Georgie. I just don't want to see that.
Slows the play down. That is it. There, he slows the play down. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't do enough for me, and I don't want to get stuck onto it because it makes it sound like I do hate him. I don't hate him. I just don't think he's good enough for us. That's it. I just don't think he's good enough for the way we want to play and what we're trying to do. I don't think we benefit with Jorginho in the team. I don't think he makes it tick or makes it happen, like people were telling me. But it is what it is. Let's move on to someone that had probably the best game, I think, out of it. Actually, no, we will save him. Let's move on to someone that had probably one of his worst games since he's been here.
Ooh.
Lambs. Tell me.
Yes, not really what we want to like. It's not the best Ziyech that we've seen, have we? I feel like he was okay in terms of being a player to play the ball off in the midfield when we're moving like one touch passing. Like he was part of that quite a bit in the first half as well. But again, I felt like. And again, maybe his energy is a bit, but I felt like he was also contributing to the sideways, backwards. There was times when the ball would come to him, and instead of moving forward, looking to the wings and Cho, or looking to the box and Giroud, he's turned back around and he's given it back to Jorginho. He's given it back to Kovacic. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. So this as well. He was too slow in releasing the ball as well, and I think that's what contributed to Wolves actually like winning the ball and counter-attacking us a couple of times as well. So for me, I think it's a 5. It's a 5. It wasn't the worst performance I've seen from him, but we know he can do better, and I do feel like him at times as well. More so than Jorginho and Kovacic was helping contribute to slowing the play down.
I hear you. Dan, what are you saying about Ziyech, bro? Was you disappointed him today? Did you expect more from him?
Yeah, man, I did. I mean, he played some good. I think it was 2 nice balls to Hudson-Odoi that were penetrative, what we were looking for. Yeah. So
really?
Yeah, poor man. I'd tell you it was a 5. I think 4 is harsh. 4 is definitely harsh because he wasn't below average, but he just was below his standards. That's why people think maybe he's a 4, but no, he was a 5. He was average. I mean, what needs to happen is what I took from the game is you can't play Ziyech and Havertz in that 8 position or 10 position together because they're both the same. They both want the ball, so they come short, or they both want it. Like what needs to happen is Havertz needs to run and Ziyech then plays it to him rather than both of them wanting the ball. Weird. They just don't seem balanced together. They don't seem like the chemistry is there, innit? And yeah. I just need
if you're going to play them both on the pitch, it's better to play Havertz behind the striker and then move Ziyech into the central, not have both of them kind of competing. Yeah,
I even think both of them being left-footed is limiting us as well. Like that because left-footed players are so left-footed that they literally rely on that foot. So it kind of limits us as well in terms of the balance. And
We even saw
Yeah, I
it
hear you.
against Luton when there was a brilliant ball that came through to Ziyech, and all he had to do was just turn around and take a shot quickly. But it came onto his right foot, and that's not his favoured foot. So he shifted it onto his left foot by the time the defence came back. So he had to pass it. So he had to pass it
left foot
over, then the chance was gone.
Yeah, left foot players, are, especially with their left foot, like they're normally terrible with their right foot. So it's like, he wasn't great. So 5, I'd say 5.
I thought Ziyech was this guy reckons he's with a 10. I don't know about that, mate. Sorry.
Bias.
I'm
This
sorry about
guy's
that one,
clearly
bro.
Moroccan.
I like them both. I like them both floating around. It can work, and I think it will need more time. Maybe it does need more time. Don't forget, guys, Ziyech had injuries and needs time. Fair enough. I think Ziyech was a 4, personally. I thought he was really ineffective. He wasn't really doing what he was good at, which was, for me, he wasn't doing what he was good at, which is getting the ball. You know, all right, it wasn't like people weren't making runs today. They were. Everyone was everywhere. Havertz was everywhere. You know, Giroud, to be fair, Giroud was poor. Let's be serious. Giroud didn't have the best of games. So I'd say Ziyech was a 4. There's not much more to say to it. We can't sit here and expect him to do 8.5s every game because, let's be fair, he's had a lot more better games than he has poor in my eyes. So it is what it is. We move on. But going on to... I was just going to click Werner and I was like, oh, yeah, he didn't play today, did he? So I can't even click Werner today. Timo, let's go on to Havertz, shall we? Havertz is a good chat. What do you reckon about Havertz, Lambs?
Oh, definitely a contender for the man of the match for me today as well. I think one other player just about pipped him to it, but the difference wasn't even that much because I thought Havertz played excellent today. I thought this is the Havertz that people have been crying out to see. People have been wanting to see. Us Chelsea fans have been wanting to see this from him for a long time. And it just goes to show this is literally what happens when you play players in their rightful positions, because he thrived today. I thought he looked bright. He was making passes. He was making runs. He even had that chance right at the end of the game where he could have scored as well. Putting nice low crosses into the box, taking players on. He was thriving and he looked happy. He looked like he was in his element. And I think this is just the start. We're going to go on to see more clinical Havertz performances, and the goals will start coming too as well. So not even just from the strikers, we're going to start getting goals from midfield from people like Havertz too as well, and Ziyech as well if he starts firing as well. But again, I'll give him a 7.5 today.
Dan, what are you saying, bro?
Do you know what? And this is why I love this, like the opinions thing. I personally think I don't think he was that good, if I'm honest. Yeah, no, if I'm being honest. I thought he was good. I thought he was all right. Like, if you think about it...
You told me Jorginho played well today, but you're telling me Havertz is not played well.
Jorginho played well. I didn't say that. I said Jorginho wasn't as bad as you made it out to seem. I said Havertz played... I think Havertz played all right. This is my point. Let me tell you something. The reason why I say that is because when Havertz does have his exceptional game, then what are we going to say? If you're saying he's a 7, I think maybe it's based on my scale and what a 7 means on my scale. Because if we're taking a 7 now, what's the room? Like, what did he have to do to be an 8? Maybe get a goal, get an assist or something.
Get a goal, get some assists. You know, if he gets more goals and assists, then he goes up to a 9. If he gets a hat trick, then it's a 10. Come on.
Yeah, no, look.
But I thought he did what he was supposed to do today.
Yeah,
like, he was making the runs, he was completing the passes. He had, come on, like, he was literally, we created so many chances because of him.
Do you think?
Because of how free he was.
Do you think? And
because he was more free.
No. The question is, though, do you think you might be giving him a little bit more change because of how poor he's been this season? Or do you honestly think... You think in isolation today, you thought he was very good?
He was a lot better than what he has been. When you see Havertz getting the ball, 100%. when you see Havertz getting the ball and driving like he did in the first half, he went through like 2 or 3 defenders until he got into the box. That there's a different Havertz there from what I've seen. Like, he looks a lot more hungrier. today, and he looked more comfortable in this position as well. I just think,
yeah, there was a clear difference for me that I
if
was
we would have
seeing.
won this, if we would have won this game today, so we would have won it 1-0, and he would have, let's say he didn't assist it, he would have still been up there in terms of the ratings. We'd have all been sitting there saying, yeah, it was a good 8, 7.58. Yeah, it's just because we drew, I think, personally. Anyway, but well, what was your rating, Dan? What was your rating?
6.5, 6.5.
Really? I think that's pretty harsh, bro, to be fair. But that's your choice, bro. I'll respect that. I would say he was a 7.5 today. I thought he was his movement was better. He looked good on the ball. He was doing one touch. Every time the ball come to him, he was doing like quick passes and trying to get in the box. I thought he was good. I thought out of all the players that were on the pitch, I thought he looked more freer, happier. He looked like he was enjoying it. He was flowing with the formation. Do you know what I mean? So for me, if he can continue with that and with Timo Werner around him and Ziyech picking up his game and maybe a Cho playing like the way he is and a Pulisic getting on form, like you're going to see him. I think you'll see him thrive. I've said that Kai Havertz, out of all the players that we bought, will probably be the most. He's got the thing for me, like to be the most talented. Yeah, the potential. That's it. To be the most talented out of them all. Like he has got so much ability. It's unbelievable. And I know we're going about the Ziyech's and the Chos and the Werners, whatever. But him, if you unlock it, and he's firing, I think he could lead us. I actually think he could be one of the most important players at Chelsea. Like he has to start. Do you know what I mean? But maybe it's just my deluded thought. But we'll see.
For me, after today's performance, he definitely warrants to start against Burnley, 100%.
Oh yeah,
yeah, definitely.
But then, can I just quickly going back to that? Obviously, I agree with what Dan was just saying about Havertz and Ziyech playing together. Why don't we just play Timo Werner and play Havertz on his own? I think
Timo Werner will start the next game. I think he will.
Play Ziyech on the right and play Cho on the left, and just keep it like that. But have Werner and Havertz, and
then
Werner and
Havertz. You need to rotate Pulisic in later on.
I think you take Ziyech out, you play Pulisic, because Pulisic looked real good, like the Pulisic of old.
Yeah. He looks better.
It's so good listening to these opinions. I love it. This is why I do the show, because everyone's so different in their views right now.
Let's be honest. When Pulisic and Mount came on, like they inject like Semedo, we were struggling to get past him, and then as soon as Pulisic comes on, we get past him a couple more times. Mount gets in behind as well. So yeah, I think them guys deserve a start based on like the merit that everyone talks about.
Here you go. People, smash the like button. Yeah, there's 23, 4, 5 of yous in here. Come on, we've only got usually we've got 30 likes by now. So come on, keep smashing the like button at least. And subscribe. We've had another 25 subs today, which is pretty impressive. So we're happy with that. And we're moving forward. We're getting ever closer to the 1,000, which is the aim for us, so we can start getting monetized. Because so many people were saying to me, we want to put super chats in. We're getting there. The only way we're going to get there is if you guys help us keep promoting it, sharing, liking. We appreciate it. But Lambs, Cho, what are we saying?
Yeah, man of the match for me. Today he showed exactly why we've been screaming out for him to start games, because he deserves to start. Instantly we saw pace, energy. The crosses that he was putting in as well, they weren't even like terrible crosses or not finding the first man. They were beautiful crosses. They were literally like on a plate. Some of them just needed like a tap in, and it's just a shame because the strikers were just out of position in the box, and all it just needed was somebody to be there. But I thought he was brilliant. Outran his man nearly every single time. No one was catching up to him. Beautiful one-touch passing football. Yeah, literally, he's man of the match for me. 8.
Fair enough. That's a good call.
Only thing that would have put the cherry on top of this performance is if he got a goal, but can't.
Or if one of his crosses made a goal or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, even better. But
exactly.
Dan, what you saying about your boy, Cho?
Well, you already know, man. He doesn't fail to impress me, man. And especially when I'm getting a lot of slack from a lot of Arsenal fans saying Saka's better than him, and I'm saying, look, I mean, you can make the argument that Saka's had the better season, but Cho's talent level it's just not the same, and all he needs is a consistent run of games, and I think under Tuchel he'll get that. Obviously surprised to see him playing right wing, but do you know what? I didn't think it was that bad of a place to put him because he showed both sides of the game, especially when on the left. I want to see Cho on the left. The left is where he's dangerous. Like, you give him room, he can cut in, he can go either side. He was dangerous, man. All game he was dangerous. It would have been nice to see Giroud finish off his cross. Yeah, man. Cho's definitely man of the match, easily, man. In a game that was quite like drab, he was definitely the bright spark. So yeah, man, and he put in a good account for himself under new management, so he can expect to play definitely. I'd say, and that's the reason why Havertz wasn't a 7.5 for me on my scale, because like I can see the clear difference. You know what I'm saying? And I can see the clear difference between Cho's performance and Havertz's. Not to say that Havertz didn't play well, but I can see the clear difference between them. So if there's a clear difference between your performances, I can't make it a 1 point difference. It has to be 2. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
bro. I get you.
8.5.
8.5 is what we're saying here. What are the comments saying? Let's have a look. We've got, he saved us from going behind. Did he? Oh yeah. Did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. 8. Everyone's giving him an 8. Everyone's pretty impressed with him. 8. I'm going to say Cho was a 7.5 for me. I thought he was good. I thought he done the job that was asked of him, which was getting on the wings, whipping balls in. It's just a shame that there wasn't, and especially in the first half, there wasn't enough people getting on the end of him, and that was the issue. He was making all these good little 1-2 like runs and getting behind a defender, and we just lacked it in the box. So, and I don't really blame Cho for that. So for me, again, you can't say he had a bad game. He had a very good chance in the second half when he cut inside, when he was on the left and he cut inside and he had that shot at Rui Patricio, which he saved, which was unlucky. I mean, overall, he had a good game. He had a good game. I'm going to say 7.5. Alex CFC says 8. Handsome Man says 7. Ryan says 8. Yeah,
So
it is what it is. I'm going to move on.
Ratings.
Yeah. Going to move on to Olivier Giroud, Lambs. What do you think of his performance today?
Another poor performance. Again, by Olivier Giroud standards. We know some of the chances that fell for him. He should really be putting it away. I thought, and again, it's because we're playing such a high line that Giroud's mostly like he's not really like just outside the box. He's more inside the box because we have our attacking wingers Kai Havertz and Ziyech attacking in the midfield area, moving the ball forward. So I thought he could have like helped a little bit, to be fair, instead of kind of just, I felt like he was just kind of waiting instead of we know his hold up play is very, very good. So he could have utilized that and freed up room for some of the other players, maybe Cho or Havertz or Ziyech to move forward a little bit. And I thought he didn't really do that so much today. Again, missing chances, not clinical enough. He's another aerial presence that we just couldn't find with all of these crosses we were putting into the box as well. So by his standards, I'm going to go for a 5.
Fair enough. Danny boy? He was poor, man. He was one of the poorest players on the pitch. One thing we can always rely on with Giroud is the link up and his layoffs. You could see he was apologizing a lot. His layoffs weren't good. I don't think he showed for the ball enough as well, actually, if I'm honest. I think a lot of it was he wanted the lofted pass, but a lot of why our play was so slow is because what we needed was Giroud to come in and say, give me the ball, you get into him, you get us around him, or you get people around him to link up. Like, he was just always half a yard off the pace in terms of everyone's wavelength and where everyone wanted him to be and whatnot. Like one of his poorest games, like in a Chelsea shirt, if I'm honest. I thought he could have done a lot better with us. I'd say 3 or 4. Yeah, 3. I'd actually give him a 3.
5, non-existent though, not entirely his fault, as I feel we didn't create enough chances for our strikers today. I don't really agree with that. We keep saying it every time. We have a show super sub Giroud, not a starter for me 9 times out of 10. Yeah, I agree. I agree with Beth. He's not a starter. Giroud was a 4.5, not all his fault though. Yeah. Whenever Giroud doesn't play, we romanticise his role and assume he needs to start. He's not mobile enough to play in this Tuchel system. Do we agree with that?
I mean, and that's why I gave him a 5. I don't agree with this. I agree with the previous statement. I thought, you know what, I would have put him in the starting lineup today, but I would have played someone like a Timo Werner behind him. So if we went for a 4-2-2-2 formation, then I would have played Giroud, but with a Timo behind him. But because Timo didn't even feature in today's game, probably why it didn't kind of work out the way I wanted it to work out in my head, and I guess why I was feeling a little bit underwhelmed. But again, I do feel like he tried, but not that much. But again, the things that were his fault, he should have done better. But again, I don't believe it's all completely his fault. That's why I averaged out to a 5.
I hear you. Yeah, people smash the like button, please. Appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, for me, Giroud was a 3. 2.5 actually. I'm gonna call him a 2.5 today. It was just ineffective the whole game. He didn't hold the ball up well. He didn't do what he was good at, even when Cho was on the wing, getting in the boxes and the end of things. He had that one close chance where Aspie whipped the ball in, and it was like it was about to go on his head, and Cody sort of got in front of it and flicked it back. Egal, Gem the score in the title again. Yeah, I know, bro. I've told Ads already. If I'd have noticed it earlier, I would have amended it, man. My bad. I should have done it before. But yeah, big up to Egal as well, who's in the chat. Yeah, look, it is what it is. We're going to move on to the manager, Touche. Dan, what are you saying? How do you think he performed on his overall in his first game? I know it was only one day, but what did you see? Did you see enough? And do you think he could have maybe made the decisions in terms of substitutions a bit earlier or not? Or what was your overview of him?
Yeah, no, look, I said this before the game to everyone who I spoke to that asked me my thoughts on the game. I said, if we win this game, it will not be a great performance. It won't be some passing masterclass. We attacking play on this. It won't be that, because at the end of the day, these men have still come off of Lampard sacking. For a lot of the players in the team, they're still reeling off of that. As much as they've said some players definitely wanted them gone. Like, you have to remember, it was a very, very short turnover, and he even alluded to that in the interview where he said it's been a crazy 24 hours. Like, literally, that training session in normal circumstances wouldn't have even happened that late. Do you know what I'm saying? There wouldn't have been a training session then. So, yeah, for me, and on top of that as well, with the substitutions, I mean, people can be quick to say he should have made substitutions earlier, but I even disagree with that only because of the game as well. First game, he wanted to see all his players or the starting 11 that he played for as long as possible, just to get a better picture of the players that he had started. Do you get what I'm saying? And I can't lie, we have to afford him that time. Look, he's coming into a circumstance where he's literally been thrust in and he needs to implement all his ideas. And it's a quick turnaround. We've got Burnley this weekend. And Burnley this weekend is where I want to see a better idea of how we're going to play, because it's another low block that we're playing against. You know what I'm saying? Overall, I do think general positive play. I definitely think as well there's new manager bias where we don't need to overdo it. It was general positive play, but that's as much as we're going to get, especially for the time that he's been in charge. So, yeah, man. Like, because some people will criticize him for not making the subs early, but like I said again, I just think he wanted to see his team, the team that he started, for as long as possible. So, I think, it's just calm, man. Like, not dead, not average, just calm.
There's no rating for him, to be fair. I don't think we'll put a rating on Touche for the first game. But EGTV, Igal says, I think you played a lot better, but sometimes it takes time to improve. And he's right. I mean, look, it's only been here less than 24 hours. You know what I mean? I mean, Lambs, did you see enough? Did you see enough to think yeah, like this could work. Like we could actually go into the last 18 games and actually, get back in the Champions League spots here. Like, what did you think?
100%, 100%. And I think that's what I was saying. That's all I really wanted to see. Like, even if we didn't win today, I wanted to see a different performance. I wanted to see an improved performance. I wanted to see signs that we were playing better. We were creating more chances. We're not just relying on the wings and crossing, inshallah. We're...
What's happened?
I'm not sure. Wait, am I still?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I cut out?
It just went quiet. I was like, "What's going on, man?"
Yeah, I don't know. I thought like you guys kind of like stopped for a second. I was like, oh God, is it me? Is it my connection again? So I was like, wait. Yeah. So it wasn't just like your typical just playing on the wings, like crossing, inshallah. Like we were actually playing through the middle as well, which is what I wanted to see. And this is why we're sitting here talking about players like Havertz actually shining today and having a good game, because we're seeing stuff that's coming through the middle, whereas we didn't have that before. It was just basically kind of like, we have one plan only, and we can see we're sitting there watching the game, and we can see it's not getting better, it's not improving. We're not sitting here thinking, the goal is coming, we're gonna score. We're thinking, if we score, then damn, that's a surprise. But with this game, yeah. I could see positivity. I could see so many chances created. We were completely dominant in the ball and possession. And again, we just need to be a bit more clinical. And that's the only drawback I would say that Tuchel has to improve on with this team. But then again, he's had one training session. He's coming straight into a game against a very defensively drilled Wolves side. So considering, I'm really impressed by that. I saw a change. It looks really promising. Can't wait to see what Werner can do under this manager now, because I'm feeling a lot more hopeful for him as well. Oh, that was about to be a great goal by McGoldrick for Sheffield United. But in it, literally, I was about to say, what if that went in?
Are they still losing 1-0, yeah? Are they still 1-0 down?
Yeah, they're still losing.
Yeah.
They're still losing.
What's the time on the clock? Yeah. What's the clock time?
It's
more than enough.
57 minutes, almost 60
Yeah, they've got
minutes.
ages. They'll probably win that. They'll score like 2 goals. But I just want to talk to Slen. Right, Slen's talk says, can I just say, we are always criticised Burnley for players playing terribly. Is it 2-0?
Oh my God.
But Wolves footballer is horrendous and they have much better players, is what he says there. Slen's talk, yes, their football is utter. They have real footballers, is what he says there. I don't even know what's going on. What are you talking about? I'm trying to what's going on here?
If you get a chance, go on Twitter, whatever. You need to go see that McGoldrick miss.
Who?
McGoldrick is see. This is who we're losing to.
Ask ads.
This is who we're losing to. I'm sorry to gate crash, but this is who we're losing to at the moment. See?
Did you see that chance?
It's ridiculous.
He's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Tuchel has been here for 24 hours and he's making more improvement than Lampard in months. Wow. Okay. Well, look, do you agree with that comment? Tuchel has been here for 24 hours and is making more improvement than Lampard is in months.
We would never have put in that performance if Lampard was still here. Our team would never have played like that if Lampard was still here.
I understand that. I totally get that. The only thing I want to say is let's not draw too many conclusions from this game because of how little the turnover has been. I understand there's been improvements, but do you think it's more so the fact that there is a new manager rather than Tuchel actually putting his tactical idea? Because players always play better when there's a new manager in charge. You know what I'm saying? There's always that jump. I want to see this when we're 5 or 10 games down the line, and then are we still seeing the same improvements, or is it just a different, an adaptation of a boring style? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where I stand really.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. Look, I think Touche, I call him Touche because that's his nickname. He's we need to stick with him. He's the manager now. You can see what he's trying to do. We look more aggressive in terms of when we haven't got the ball, we win the ball back quicker. I just feel like we need to suss when we're playing against teams that sit. We need to learn how to break them down quicker. And when we get ourselves into positions in front of goal, we need to be more clinical and more creative. We've got to shoot more. We don't shoot enough. We're always doing too many passes all the time. It's always pass, pass, pass. I feel like sometimes it's just like hit, bang, shoot. Do you know what I mean? And it's like we don't need the perfect goal all the time. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a frustrating one. But Winter Surfer's right. 25 likes. Let's go. Come on, guys. We're usually at 30 by now. What's going on? There's 28 of you here. Come on. Smash the like button, people. Is it 2-0? They're saying. No, it's not 2-0, I don't think.
No. You missed.
Let's be real, guys. We aren't winning a title or trophy with Cover or Jaw in the midfield. I agree with parts of that. Jorginho is a definite no-no. This is what we was talking about earlier, Ryan. I just don't think he's good enough. Don't blame Lampard. The players gave up on him. They can easily give up on Touche. That was what we've heard here from Hassan, who says it as it is. Also, we played against a team who literally tried to absolutely nothing for 99. But yeah, that's true. They did literally just sit back, and to be fair, Wolves they're a hard team to break down. They're quite organised, you know. They're quite an organised team when they want to be. They don't concede many goals. If you look at the goals they concede, even though they're not doing well, it's always like 1-0 or 2-0 or. Do you know what I mean? They're hard to break down.
But I thought if we very close.
It's always close, but I felt like if we would have scored, I feel like they would have had to come out. We probably would have scored more goals. I reckon we would have been like 2, and you would have seen. Then you would have seen Tuchel's actual formation work more so, because there would have been gaps for him to actually, play into and stuff like that. So we just have to see, innit? We need to score quicker. I'd say.
I think
take over games.
I think there's two sides to it. Like Tuchel probably has never seen that type of low block in his life. Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
like, think about the true. They play. Like you won't see that on a week-to-week basis, and that's what you're going to get in the Premier League. There's only about 6 games where you're 6 or 7 games where you're going to have like limitless space to kind of exploit. Yeah, exactly. And then on top of that, I just think if you see the way the media is analysing the tactics, as if Tuchel's had like 40 hours or a couple of days or a week to work with the team, like we're now public enemy number 1 again, because Lampard's friends are annoyed that Chelsea. Didn't you hear the commentary today? They were like, should have been given more time, this and that.
I because I'm just like, when
I've heard a lot from the panelists. It all seems to be the panel. It's the pundits. It's the pundits that are like, I believe he should be given a bit more. Like Hoddle said today, didn't he? He's like, I feel like I should give him. If you notice, it's a lot of the time it's the English pundits, isn't it, that are saying it as well. But it is what it is.
It's his boys.
Man of the match. I'll start with Dan. Dan, your man of the match today, please, and a quick reason why.
Yeah, easily Cho. And the reason is he was better than everyone else.
There you go. Easy, fair enough. Lambs?
Callum Hudson-Odoi. Very clinical, used his pace, outran the wing backs, put in some great crosses. Again, could have almost had a goal, could have almost had a few assists as well. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Ads, did you watch the game?
Yeah, I did actually. Cho, obviously, it's going to be Cho, because the guy just brings energy, just brings tenacity. I know they didn't score today, but his presence was just felt, man. So yeah, Cho.
I'm going to give it to Kai Havertz. People always think I like being different.
The comment about the failed manager is me.
Yeah. Let's bring it up quickly. Westo says, I love it. I love when it's other failed English managers all making excuses for Lampard. Yeah, well, it is 1-1 apparently. Man United have scored. That's what someone just said.
Beautiful.
Ads, you should be doing cartwheels, bruv. The title challenge is on.
Is it Fernandes free kick?
Yeah.
It's got to be. Is it him again? Oh, no. What would you do without him, honestly? I swear. This is ridiculous.
Not from the free kick.
Not from the free kick, from the corner.
Oh, who scored?
Man
United equalised.
He took the free kick.
Maguire scored. Header, probably.
Oh.
Come on, Slabhead.
You should be beating them, bruv. I wouldn't be happy. That's shocking.
I'm not happy.
This is why you're not going to win the league, bruv. This is why you're not going to win the league, though. You're not. Man City are going to win it, aren't they? Let's be serious. They will.
It's a poor manner in how this game should be in this game how it should be winning, because we should be beating them in the first half. We should slap them 2-0 already. So the manner and how it's done is poor, yes, but a win's a win, innit? So I'm happy. But hopefully we need to get that second goal though. So
we do need that second goal, and if you win, I think you go top of the league.
I just really hope Tuchel honestly learns his lesson today, because if he thinks Wolves played a low block today, then Burnley going to do exactly the same thing as well. So.
Yeah, I hear you. And that's at 12 o'clock on Sunday, people. We go to Burnley, 12 o'clock kickoff. Is it to Burnley or are they coming to us? I don't even know, actually. One of the two.
We're going to
them. We're going to them.
No,
yeah.
no.
So, yeah, fair enough. I mean...
Is it at home?
Yeah, remember, we beat them 3-0 away.
Well, that means we're going to have the same game as we did today. That's all I'm going to say. But let's touch on it very quickly. We go into the Burnley game. Obviously, Tuchel's got a couple of days to work with the players and get them working and obviously implement his ideas a lot more. Do you think we'll go there and play them and get the job done? Or do you think it's going to be, again, the same issue about us then playing 11 men behind the ball and we're just going to have to try and break them down? We're going to have the same issues we've had today is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I just think from today, from the changes he made, the lineup he made as well, I just think he just needs to fine tune that a little bit. Just figure out, okay, this is another low block team. What do you need to do to be more clinical, to break down those lines faster? I wouldn't make too many changes from today's lineup, but I would make a couple of changes. I think we could do it. I genuinely think we can do it. We could see it was coming today. And again, the guy just had an afternoon to train with them. This is new formation, new tactics, new style of play for the team. So it takes some getting used to as well. And considering we already looked so much better. So after a couple more days of training, I don't see why we can't get a result against Burnley. I'm confident actually we'll get a result against Burnley.
What about you, Dan? Are you confident?
Yeah, I think we should win that game. I mean, as much as he's a newbie, he's coming and whatnot, we're still gonna expect results. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a results business. We're still gonna expect results. I think Burnley is a good place to start picking up 3 points again. Start winning in the league again. Well, comfortably anyway. I want to see a comfortable win. Hopefully, I think a lot of our players down to scoring the first goal. When we can get the first goal and the team opens up, then maybe we can, a bit like Chelsea of old, used to get the first goal and then can open them up. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I hear you. All right, last question, guys. Do you think he will go with a 4-2-2-2 formation, just like PSG? And do we think Reece James and Timo Werner will be back in contention? The fact they didn't play today, do you expect Mason Mount to start as well, or do you think it's going to be sort of the same of what we've seen today, Lambs?
I would start Mason Mount instead of Jorginho, to be honest. I really would. I would start Mason Mount instead of Jorginho. I would also start Timo Werner. I think those are the changes I would make. I'd probably drop Chilwell for that game too as well and play Emerson.
Would you change the formation? Would you change the formation to the 4-2-2 like people were saying, or do you think we should just stay to what we did today, which is more of a 4-2-3-1, wasn't it? More so, and then it went into like a 3.
I'll probably stick with what we did today. Just maybe again shift a little bit of that personnel, and then it will change into possibly we could be a bit more clinical as a result of that. And then if it doesn't change, and then if it doesn't work, then I'd probably recommend going for a 4-2-2-2 formation. But I'd still stick with it. Just change the personnel. Again, start Timo, drop Ben Chilwell, and what else did I say? Start Mason Mount instead of Jorginho. Yeah.
Do you think Ben Chilwell needs to be dropped, Dan? Do you think Emerson needs to come in and be given an opportunity now? Because he's not performing well at the moment, is he, Chilwell? Would you drop him and get Werner in and the Mounts in? What would you do next game?
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I was just against all of that, the problem I have with Emerson is that anytime you bring him back into the team in the league, like we do this thing where we forget what a player did to actually lose his place in the team. Emerson's lack of, like, he's good going forward, but his positional awareness is horrendous. Like, he won't know that someone's behind him, and they will just come and sneak behind him and get a header in. I remember the West Brom game. I think it was it wasn't the West Brom game. There was another game. I just know his positional awareness was just not there. But it does make sense because Chilwell has been playing so badly. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be upset to see Emerson in the lineup. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. The manager said it won't be the same lineup. Did anyone see that? Hear that? Or is that what he said?
Oh,
he said.
okay. I haven't seen his interview yet, but
have you seen what Tuchel has said? I've been wanting Kante for many years in my team. Now I have him. I reckon he's going to get the best out of him.
Yeah, he loves Kante.
So perfect.
He loves
he wants a Kante. He's got Kante. Obviously, Kante is he even back for the? I don't even know what's wrong with Kante. Is he injured for a long time?
Yeah, he's been injured. He picked up a slight knock in the. I think it wasn't Leicester. It was before that game. Fulham? Yeah.
Fulham game. Yeah, well, we don't know if he's back in contention for the next game, do we? So we're going to have to see on that one coming into the Burnley game. But please smash the like button, people. We're nearly at 30. 30 likes would be good. That's what we aim to always get. We are going to finish off now as well, as it's getting close to 10 o'clock. And I know the Terrace and stuff are going to start soon with the whole Man United reaction show and stuff. So, yes, people, we appreciate your support as always. Lambs, where are you? Where can people find you? Let them know.
Social media, I'm on Instagram. My handle's right there. You can find me here on GNA TV on the Chelsea Ladies Show. So we'll be back on Friday, 8 p.m. You can also find me on the Midnight Vibe Show on the Football Terrace as well. I do a show with Bits and Bobs, and we also have another co-host joining us. So it's going to be 3 people from Friday as well called What Now. So yeah, that's me.
And you'll see Lambs on not Friday, actually. I didn't tell you. I've got to talk to you after. I've got to go somewhere Friday, so I ain't gonna be around. Unless I was thinking we'll talk after. I'll talk to you after, actually. I've got some plans for that. I'll get back to you now. Dan, where can we find you, broski?
I see it on screen for all my socials, all my tweets, Insta, all of that. But for all my football content, Eyes on the Ball TV, Insta, Twitter, YouTube, at Eyes on the Ball TV. So yeah.
And get following Eyes on the Ball TV. The man's got the best intro on YouTube, bro. Trust me, by far. His intro is the best. I'm not even joking. Who made your intro, bro? That's what I'm going to ask you. Is that you? Did you do it yourself, or did you get someone to do it?
But the song video. The actual song or the video?
Yeah, the video, all of it. Who done the whole thing?
I done the video, and then my boy done the song in it, and then I put the song in the video.
Nice, man. Yeah, he smashed it. It is fire, man. It's absolutely fire. Go and check him out, people. Yeah, go and sub on that and have a look at his content because it's very, 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 very good. Other than that, you can find me as a Sophia in the description below. Twitter links are there. Also got the Discord channel, which is available for you guys to join and have your say if you want to continue on over there. But yeah, this is GNA TV. We appreciate your support and we've had fun. Been a good show, actually. Up the Chelsea, and let's hope the next rating show, which we do on Sunday, I can sit here and talk about our sexy football and how we won 3 or 4-0. See you later, guys.
Take care.
It's like he's playtime and it's free time. In the dance that they have